Hey, what's going on there, everybody? cloudedtruth here, and welcome back to Support Showcase, the series I do on my channel in which I showcase anything and everything support class. From weapons, gadgets, tactics, and strategies, I cover them to help you get a little bit better with the support class here in Battlefield 4, and then ultimately together we can become flat-out support monsters as we really teach, learn, and grow with each other and really try to understand this class to our fullest capabilities in terms of really getting down to the nuts and bolts and figuring out exactly how it works and how to really play it and be effective here in Battlefield 4. Now, like always, be sure to leave your comments, suggestions, feedback down below. That way we can all learn from it, or even perhaps I'll consider it for being the next topic in a support showcase video. And on that note, I know a lot of you all have been requesting the LSET and the QBB951. Don't worry, I will be getting to those weapons very soon. There's something that I've been implementing into this series really since I think it was the M240B video some time back. And that is the fact that whenever I'm going to feature a weapon on this series from now on, really from that video on, I'm going to have the Master Dog Tag. That's going to be my goal, 500 kills. Why is that? Because I want to have a credibility. I want to show you all that in terms of using these weapons, I want to use them. I want to have some really just some gameplay with them in terms of I have some understanding of it. Now, will I gain a complete and just, you know, no stone left unturned in terms of my knowledge base? No, perhaps not. But what it does is it really gives me kind of, I don't know, a platform to go off of in terms of, look, I use these weapons after 500 kills, I've got a pretty darn good understanding of them. Some of them I may know completely in and out, can say just indefinitely that this is the setup, this is the way to use it. Some of them I may still be kind of leaving out in the open, but that's just kind of something that I'm going to go off of. Hopefully you all understand this and can really just see where I'm coming from on this, and so that's what I'm going to do with this series. So those two weapons, once I get that 500 kill mark, will be featured in this series. Now for today's video, I've got the M249 light machine gun, and as you can see right there, unlocking my Master Dog Tag, getting 500 kills. Now the M249 is a fantastic LMG that you unlock through the single player campaign, and you have to make a decision at the end. So for those of you that haven't actually played through, I won't spoil it for you, but you do have to make a decision and just kind of, I don't know, just look around you when you're playing, see which of the characters have which types of weapons, and that's how you'll figure out in terms of which one to pick in order to get the M249. Now the 249 in terms of a really starter LMG, because you can get it before jumping into the multiplayer, really there's nothing better. Now, it really kind of goes down to personal opinion when talking about the M249 being a top tier LMG. The MG4 and the M249 are 99% identical. The only difference is their recoil statistics. But I find the MG4 to work slightly better for me personally, but that's my findings. This is not to knock the M249. It really, these weapons they're the same basically, is what they are. They're equally as good, but just the MG4 works better for me. The only difference in the recoil is that the MG4 kicks upwards, more vertical recoil, and the M249 is going to bounce back left and right, or horizontal recoil. So if you struggle with one of those types of recoils, then be sure to use the other one. But I will say this, the MG4 is the last LMG you get, so if you're not someone who plays support very much, that might take you a while. But when using the M249 here in Battlefield 4, it's a really run and gun aggressive LMG. Not getting too much into stats because we don't shoot each other with statistics here in BF4. It fires at 800 rounds a minute, and which is just blinding fast, tied with the MG4 highest RPM in the support class. And so you definitely want to be very aggressive with this weapon, but that doesn't mean that you can't play passive with it. The M249 is fantastic at range. Now, in some of these clips you're seeing, I'm kind of just hovering around this double stacks area just because they keep flooding out of their spawn points, and this is engagements which is very favorable to the M249. Now, it has pretty much a standard damage in terms of how it compares to ARs and all the other LMGs, with the exception of the M240B and the PKP. So you're going to be doing that 25 up close 4-bullet kill, but really when talking damage, it's hard to say much about it just because you die so fast here in Battlefield 4, it almost feels like every gun is doing 100 damage. Not really, but it kind of feels like that sometimes. But with the M249, you really want to try to get yourself in favorable engagements using that 800 RPM to your advantage, but you can still play passive and do very well. Look at these range shots. I can kill these guys no problem. So in terms of setups, what do I like to use on the M249 that really allows me to do very well? Well, personally, I like the Coyote sight, which is a battle pack unlock. Red dot sight, holographic Cobra, good choices. I use the tactical light just because whenever I'm running and gunning, it allows me to blind my enemies when I ADS in close quarters, kind of surprising them and giving me an edge in a gunfight. And for the grips, it's really a toss-up. I've been using the angled grip, I've been using the potato grip. It's kind of a hard decision. In terms of really getting the best accuracy, I'd actually recommend the angled grip and the heavy barrel. The heavy barrel is a good attachment on the M249, I feel, because its vertical recoil is not very high in the first place. While it may really cause it to bounce around in terms of up and left and right more, it doesn't have that much to start off with. So if you can control that horizontal recoil and really can learn to control the vertical recoil with the heavy barrel, it will make this weapon really accurate, especially when you stand still. So that's going to do it for me. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Really a fantastic LMG the M249 is here in Battlefield 4. Be sure to leave your thoughts about it below, and take care, guys. I will see you all next time.